Hello and welcome to yet another episode from Maza Bitcoin, or however it goes, I forgot. Okay, I had to make a video today. Typically I don't make a video because I made one 24 hours ago, yesterday. And I like to make one every other day. But I made a quick one now to tell people, although I made the video to buy the link token, and I'm not saying it's not a time to buy right now, but something I didn't get a chance, as you saw, the film got cut off last night before I was finished with it. So I'm going to finish it here by saying there's something called a market cycle for a coin, a market cycle. And because Link just this last weekend went up 10%, it's only Tuesday here in Asia today, or Wednesday, I think it's Tuesday. And it hasn't gone through its full market cycle yet. And right now it happens to be that Bitcoin itself is rising a little bit. So right now I would say is not a buy time, but I'm not totally against buying a little. So what I do on my trades, just to make this clear to somebody, if you think that, let's say Link Chain, because it's gone down like 7% or so since yesterday, if you think that it's at 0.00355 satoshis, something like that. So something in the $16 range. But it's not ready to go around on its cycle again. It already rose and now it's coming down from that cycle. Sometimes it'll come up a little bit and maybe you can buy some here and then you sell it here. But I would say just lay off it right now. You could lay off of it, wait for it to go down some more and give it some more time to be ready for its next cycle. Now, while I'm filming this, I haven't looked at the price of Link in quite some time, so I don't know where its price is now. The reason I'm making this video on my off day is because I just made a video last night about Link Chain. So, if I had to say yes or no, buy time or no buy time, I would say right now no, because it's not in the overall cycle, because it just went up, as I said, last weekend. Now it's only been 2 or 3 days. It's not really enough time for the next cycle. You could buy it at a low and come up a little bit and sell it. You could try that. But right now, I'd probably give it a few more days, let it taper down, especially because Bitcoin's coming up a little bit. Just don't do anything, because it's not a clear signal what to do either way on this day today. So if you really pay attention to what I'm saying, and I know some of you are, then I would say hold off today. But if you think it, okay, in Satoshis, it's 0.001300, okay, maybe it's a pretty low, 1,300 might be the bottom. We don't know. But one thing I think that I do know, because no one knows for sure, is that it's not part of its macro cycle right now. So it needs more time to kind of wind down from last weekend's high. So right now is not really a buy, although you could buy some, could go up and you could make a little bit of money. But right now in the macro view, in the big view, I would say hold off on Link Chain. Hold off even though it's in the red, and that's when you want to buy it. But if, even it goes in the green a little bit, you're like, oh, I should have got some down here. Just right now, hold off, let it keep going for a few days and see which way the market's going. After about, you never know, could be tomorrow. But after a handful of days, you should see it start getting ready to go on its big from low to high cycle again. The last time it did, it went from like 13 or high 12s to 15.5 in Satoshis. I don't know what that is in US dollars. It went to something like $17.50 or $18, something like that. The all-time high was $19, but I don't like to speak about Bitcoin in US dollars because that's not what you're trading. You're trading Bitcoin, so you need to start to understand the Satoshis, the pence of a single Bitcoin. This is something to look up and pay attention to. And then you look at the Link token. You don't just look at it in American dollars, or don't look at it at all in American dollars, and choose to look at it instead in Satoshis. So right now, 0.0013500, where it is right around this area right now, represents roughly 16 US dollars. So what you're going to want to pay attention to, since you're using Bitcoin to buy it, you're going to want to pay attention to when you think it's going to hit its low level at the Bitcoin price, at the low Satoshi price. So my guess, I'm just going to go out and guess, is the high 12s. It may go sideways for a few days. I don't think it's going to go down too far because this coin is too desirable. and too hot recently. Too many large institutions are buying it, and too many retail people, retail market, too many people, they want to buy it too. So you can figure that its Satoshi price probably isn't going to go too far below the 13s, if it even does. Probably will. It'll probably go into the 12s somewhere and just kind of go sideways for a few days. And then it might hit, who knows, 12.5. And then from there it could go for a run up back up to, what did it go last time? Its peak 15.5 last Sunday. I sold some at that peak, right? So right now it's 13.5. Maybe give it a few more days, let it shed off some more Satoshis. And it hits maybe 12.5, and then that when the timing comes around, kind of like just a cycle that it has, maybe you need to give it 7 days, sometimes 10 days, sometimes 3 days between up cycles. And I just don't think right now is an up cycle. Okay, in other news, Bitcoin itself is going up. What is the price of Bitcoin? I think last time I looked at it, it was something like 11,900. But again, these are just head fakes. These are Bitcoin's true price is millions of dollars. I'll say it again. Bitcoin's current true price right now is millions and millions and millions and millions of US dollars. That's its true macro price. If you understand, if you're a visionary, right? If you understand the world situation and the fact that they've printed trillions and trillions of dollars, and if you do the mathematics behind that and understand we affix the Bitcoin price to the US dollar, then, and because of Bitcoin's obvious, not potential, but its future of it taking over the world's default storage of value, the benchmark of what is value, then you would know that Bitcoin's price of 11,000 anything, 12,000 anything, 15,000 anything is an absolute joke and a slap in the face. Why? Because Bitcoin, after they've printed trillions and trillions and trillions of paper fiat dollars, and people can just take those and buy Bitcoin with it, so that really means that the true Bitcoin price to we the humans, because they've printed so much fiat currency, is actually far lower than it seems. That's why I have a theory that at some point they're going to promote other coins, or then let people make a lot of money from other coins, including Ethereum, and wait for people to sell off their Bitcoin. And when it hits a certain low, when it gets Bitcoin dominance is very low 的时候，发生那种事的时候， once you're there, they're going to start pumping it up, and I think they'll make it so the regular people won't even be able to buy one in the very near future. So if Bitcoin happens to go from the current 11,900 to $11,900,000, if it goes up 1,000 times, are you going to be surprised? Maza Bitcoin certainly will not, because we know what this is. This is our human certainty for our future, how we value, how we judge intrinsic value in all items of the world. In the future, people are going to want virtual scarcity in the form of Satoshis. They're not really going to want, like before, they wanted a castle, they wanted big homes, they wanted a big Ferrari and things like this. These are physical assets that are tangible. Yes, they're tangible and they can be sold. However, they're also a liability, aren't they? And that's how you have to look at it. You can look at everything like, do I want to spend, $5,000 on a new motorcycle when I know that Bitcoin's going to be going up at least 10x, 20x, 30x in the next 15 months? So instead of spending $5,000 on a motorcycle, in reality, had I saved that money, just for an example, maybe I'm spending 200,000, 300,000, $250,000, $500,000, that's what you're actually spending. When you're spending that $5,000, just multiply it by 30. And yes, that's what you're actually spending not too long from now. And that's the way this should be viewed, because that's the way it is. Okay, Maza Bitcoiners, thank you very much. Hold off on the link purchases, maybe. I could be wrong. It could go up, but I think I'm going to wait myself a few more days till I make my next purchase of Link. I'm going to hope it gets in the red and it goes way down and it's gone down 8%. It's gone down 10%. It's red. You know, it was worth $16 for each Link and now it's fucking $9. If that happens, put on your big boy pants, get the funds together, your Bitcoin together. That's when you buy it at the bottom there. Then you just hold on to them. You never sell them until they go back up past the point where you bought them. If you wait and you're patient, you'll make good money. All right, thank you. Bye-bye. Tok tok.